I'm Stephanie. I currently live in a space between art and business. And tonight I'm going to share two projects with you that represent both sides of my brain. There's currently a ton of problems in the world, and I have decided to focus my energy on two: climate change and data security. As an artist, I'm taking what's invisible and making it visible by addressing food and climate change. Through data security, and as a business person, I'm taking what's visible and making it invisible. For the Food and Climate Change Project, Spooky Action at a Distance, I'm working with Ignacio Matos, celebrated chef, cookbook author, and the owner of 3 celebrated restaurants here in Manhattan, whose unique profiles are all rooted in sustainability and tradition, using the highest quality ingredients sourced seasonally. This is Estella. It's located on East Houston Street around the corner. This is Cafe Ultra Paradiso on Spring Street in Soho. And this is the beautiful Flora Bar, which is located uptown in the Met Brewer Museum. We've repurposed a 1950s gumball machine to playfully introduce people to outcomes related to food systems and global warming. There's an edible infographic that comes out of a gumball capsule with some facts about food and climate change, and it aims to show people how their behavior impacts these systems, and by extension, their health and the health of the planet. Ignacio and his team made this delicious, delicious bite with ingredients culled from a climate change winner list. They chose seaweed, chia seeds, and coconut palm sugar, and each of these ingredients acts positively on the environment. This is an example of a fortune you might find inside the capsule. The sustainable future you seek is not on Mars, but on Earth, and it contains seaweed. This is the other side of that fortune. The gumball machine gamifies this activity and turns depressing as hell information into you're just getting that right. And turns depressing as hell information into edible pathways to show how these systems influence each other and how small changes make big impacts. The project's going to travel to the 100th anniversary celebration of the Bauhaus School of Design in Germany in March. It's also the pilot project for an initiative being developed with New Museum, New Ink, Rhizome, and the James Beard Foundation. And the idea is to pair chefs with artists and technologists to make new projects addressing issues around food and climate change. We're looking for sponsorship to fund the chefs, the artists, and the nonprofits who are collaborating together to make this all possible. The idea is that this is an ongoing endeavor, leveraging the superpowers of everyone involved until we save the planet from blowing itself up. So now I'm going to talk to you about the other side of my brain, my business. This is how I'm taking information that's visible and making it invisible. This is my company, Blixt. Every day, countless times, a pattern happens online that is massively insecure. How many different entities on the internet have our email address, our phone number, our social security number? Why? The half-life of this data that gets collected and or stolen is immeasurable. According to Robert Mueller, there are only 2 types of companies: those that have been hacked and those that will be. This is a small sample of global data breaches since January 2016. And it's a small sample because companies spend a ton of money trying to keep these stories hidden. From those data breaches, over 1 billion accounts have been compromised. My company has a ton of use cases for the platform. I'm going to share a couple with you. A lawyer needs to share a document with a client, but isn't comfortable that her paralegal is able to see the details of the document. A home buyer needs to share information with a third party in the sale, but isn't interested in broadcasting her social security number over email. And finally, a bank exec spends an hour making 4 different copies of the same contract to obscure different information for a multi-party investment. This is a screen grab from our working prototype, Blixt. User will upload a document and say they need to share some information, financial information, with a potential employer. But really, they don't want to give them their home address, their social security number, and countless different kinds of data that you don't want to share with strangers. So let's just say they only need to share this number. Blixt, our platform, lets you select the data that you would like to share within a document and just share that data. And after you receive confirmation that they've received the information and it's been verified, it's gone. Yes. In addition to this, our platform is also able to give access to multiple people within a document through permissioning. So if somebody wants to look at one part of a document, they have access. If another person wants to look at a different part of that document, they also have access. We're looking for partners to build out an MVP for this project, and we're also looking for investors to help fund this process. I'm in the business of creative problem solving and how we can work together in all forms to address not only these two problems, but so many of the issues addressing our planet and its inhabitants. Thank you so much for listening. Please come upstairs. I have both projects in prototype form upstairs in the Sky Room. Thank you.